Oh yes, that is exactly what these wheels needed, is some black lug nuts. There it is with the black, there it is with the red. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. One more thing I want to do is get my super faded TPMS sensor nuts swapped out for a new set. So they're black, but they're like brown now. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap those out. If you guys want to pick up either of the lug nuts I'm throwing on or these black TPMS nuts, I'll have them linked down in the description box below. Lug nuts are like $20, super cheap. And then the TPMS caps were like $10. They're not the highest quality. They definitely will get faded over time, but they're cheap enough to just swap out. Yeah, the thing is pretty dang faded. That's what the new one looks like. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. The first thing I always do when I get back home from a car event or like a super long road trip with any of my cars is get it cleaned up. The reason why is a few years ago, I went to Seattle Stance Wars in STI. I got back home, I was like super tired, didn't want to clean my car at all. And I let it sit there for like, it honestly went like 2 weeks probably. Just sitting there with all of the road grime and like water spots and everything on there. It wasn't ceramic coated at the time. I ended up having to like do a full cut and buff on the car. It took forever just because I didn't clean the car. So that's the first thing I always do when I get back home now is clean up the cars. I figured this is a good time to do a quick little giveaway. So if anyone wants my old TPMS nuts, I know they're cheap, but if anyone like wants a black set and can't afford to buy a new set, I'm gonna be giving those away, and I'm gonna be giving away a set of brand new red lug nuts, not the locking ones I just pulled off here. They're a brand new set I bought and they weren't locking, so I'm gonna be giving those away as well. I've never really done like 2 giveaways in one video before, so I guess how I'm gonna do it is just drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you like better on the Evo, the black lug nuts or the red lug nuts. If you're one of the winners, I guess what I'm gonna do is I'll just DM you on Instagram and see if you want the red lug nuts or if you want the black TPMS nuts. I don't really know any other way to do it. So you guys have 24 hours, go drop a comment in the comment section below. Car's all cleaned up though. You guys saw the title of the video. Tomorrow, so today's currently Tuesday. I got back last night, we got the car all cleaned up today. Currently Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday. My wheel lips and my wheel barrels for the FRS come in tomorrow. I figured this is the time to start working on the FRS project. It's been a very, very long time since the car looked good. And I figured with all the shows coming up, especially with Tuner Evo, just going to Tuner Evo and not having my show car there, just having my daily driver there, well, it does still look good. The FRS is actually my dedicated show car. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but it really is. It looks sick when it's all finished up. You guys are gonna be so freaking hyped. I know a lot of people think I ruined the car. You guys will see the comeback here pretty soon. So as the main focus for today's video, getting the FRS cleaned up. I probably should wash it, vacuum it out, get it in the shop, and I think the first thing I wanna start doing on the FRS is final wrapping the car. You guys will see the color here in a minute. Holy, it has been way too long. Sick. Ooh, ooh. Oh. Guys, it has been so freaking long since we drove this car. Last time I drove it, it was pretty much wintertime, and we went down to Elko Tint Shop, got the wrap ripped off. So it's been a few months. That's why the battery was dead. I had to push it out, get it hooked up to the Forester. We're good to go now. We have so much stuff to do to this car. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I keep telling people it'll be done next weekend, but if all goes as planned, it will be. If stuff doesn't go as planned, like usual, it'll probably be, I don't know, I guess it depends on what parts we have to wait for. So I'm actually gonna go drive right now and do a photo shoot of this car, completely like destroyed, disgusting, dirty. Yeah. Let's do a burnout too. We did it, guys. I don't think I've ever tried to do a burnout on pavement before. It wouldn't do it going downhill, but as soon as I went uphill, we got a sick one tire fire. Let's go take some photos of this thing, get it cleaned up, and get it in the shop. You you gotta have fun with these things while you can. As soon as I wide body this car again, get the new wheels on, which are gonna be freaking insane, there's gonna be no more hooning around, drifting, trying to slide. Because let's be honest guys, this 195 horsepower or whatever motor this is not gonna be able to drift or slide some 285 or 295 wide tires. All right, I got the area where the FRS is gonna be sitting for the next week or month, whatever. Look how many parts we have for this car. I honestly don't really know what's in that box. We have brake rotors for the Brembos, we have headlights, we have taillights, another set of taillights, the carbon fiber door cups, a bunch of brake stuff in here, the Brembos, stuff for a front end swap, wheel lip, some wheel centers, more Brembos, the wide body kit, and we also have a bunch of stuff in there. That's a bumper right there. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff, guys. Let's get the FRS in here, and then I'm gonna kind of like put parts around the car, maybe some on top, maybe some in the trunk. This is gonna be a long freaking project, but I'm so hyped to get this car looking the way it should. All right, we got the FRS tucked away in the back of the shop. I really wanna spend a lot of time just making this wrap job like the best I possibly can. The orange turned out good on the FRS before. It turned out absolutely amazing. There are some problems with the Evo camo wrap because it's kind of rushed in a way. But the wrap job I do on this car, I want to be 100% perfect the second time around. So with that being said, guys, I did run out of isopropyl alcohol. That is what you wipe the car down with right before you vinyl wrap it. So I'm gonna run in right now on the street bike. Let's look at the backpack on. I was gonna create some sick ass like moto vlog, like a quick moto vlog for you guys, but I forgot my GoPro and I don't know where it is. I think Bobby has it. Either Bobby has it or I left it down in Portland. I'm really hoping Bobby has it. So yeah, I'm gonna head in, grab some isopropyl alcohol, come back home, and maybe we can start wrapping. I bet you guys are excited for the color. It's not really a color, it's a shade. You guys will see it here in a minute. All right, boys, we got the goods. This is 70% diluted isopropyl alcohol, so I think it's 70% of the alcohol, 30% water. That makes sense in my mind, at least. I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer. I'm not gonna hype it up anymore. I haven't really even hyped it up at all. This is the color we are doing on the car. I know it's very simple, it's nothing crazy, and that is exactly what I want to go for this time around with this build. I know it's clean before, but I think this setup I'm gonna have this year for this season is gonna be much cleaner. So on the body, we are gonna be doing gloss black. This is the gloss black made by a new company called Cheetah Wraps. It's very cheap. I think this vinyl right here is $400 for a whole roll, to do enough to do my whole car. And the reason it's so cheap, they don't ship it out to anybody else. They don't have any vendors. The only place you can get it is cheetahwrap.com. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with them whatsoever, guys. It was just cheap vinyl wrap that I figured I would try out. And so far, I like it just as much as Avery. I like Avery the best. I like 3M a little less. Obviously, that one vinyl I put on Cameron's roof when I destroyed his windshield, that vinyl is no bueno. This is right up there with Avery though, how thin it is, how easy it is to work with. It does come with a clear protective over it. Like on the big panels, we can probably keep that clear protective film on as we're wrapping, and then when the panel's all wrapped, say like the hood, we can peel the clear protectant off and we won't have any scratches whatsoever in the vinyl. But doing like more intricate areas, for example, the wide body, we're gonna have to pull that clear shield off first, and then we can wrap the panel. So with that being said, guys, I'm freaking hyped. This car is gonna look absolutely wild. I haven't really showed you guys what wheel I'm doing yet. You guys will see here soon. I don't know when. I think what I'm gonna do first is start wrapping the wide body of the car. The reason why in my mind it makes sense is because if I wrap the body of the car first and then I go to put the wide body panel on, get the wide body panel wrapped, then it may scratch up some of the vinyl underneath. So I'm gonna wrap all the whole wide body kit first. We are sticking with the Rallybacker V2. We are doing a different front end. We're doing the 2018 BRZ front end. I do prefer that over the Rallybacker bumper. It's just so freaking clean looking. So, and then of course we'll be wrapping the body of the car. Enough talking though. You guys are probably getting bored of my face. Here is how the car looks one more time before we start wrapping it. Factory color, dark gray metallic. There was a bunch of damage up here, not a bunch, but just some rock chips up here. I sanded out. There's a few more I'll probably get to. I'm gonna get this thing really cleaned up actually. I can still kind of feel all of that. So before I wrap that fender, but here's the whole wide body kit, or most of it. Some of it is still up there with the diffuser, but I think the first thing I'm gonna do is, oh shoot, don't want to crack these things. Probably this front passenger wide body panel. A lot of these were cracked and damaged. I think there's about 4 or 5 pieces that were damaged. I did end up dropping them off to get repaired. There's some primer on there. I'm gonna sand down smooth. I don't even know where to start, guys. This is absolutely crazy. I'm freaking hyped right now that this build is getting started. If you're hyped for this build as well, which I know 99% of you are going to be, go down below, hit that thumbs up button, do me a favor. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do, take this panel, throw it on the fender, use like 2 bolts to hold it on, get it all sanded out, get all these primer marks sanded out, make sure it's all nice and clean, get that black chunk sanded smooth, and then we can get to vinyl wrapping. I got some 800 grit and a sanding block right here with some soapy water. I'm gonna go through, get everything smoothed up, and then we can get to vinyl wrapping. All right, guys, we got the fender all cleaned up. I'm very excited and very satisfied with how it turned out. I spent maybe 30 minutes on this front fender alone. So if I spend 30 minutes on each panel, like maybe 3 to 4 hours extra trying to get all the panels 100% perfect, I think that'd be well worth it in my eyes. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go get all my vinyl wrapping utensils out and kind of show you guys every tool you'll need if you want to try to vinyl wrap your car at home yourself, or not try, to do it. If I can do it, you guys can do it. Let me show you guys what you need. So here we have the vinyl wrap. This is obviously needed. We have a heat gun. In this bag I have some 3M knifeless tape. You will need a squeegee. I run this Metro scratchless squeegee, a nice knife. I got that from Metro as well. And one thing that you do need that I don't have on hand right now, which I need to go buy, is a wrap glove. So when you're wrapping like the edges of the fender, let's say to get down in these little crevices right here where it bolts on, you use a wrap glove to not burn your skin. So that is super nice. I don't have one. The last one I had got some holes in it, so I threw it away and I forgot to order another one. What are we gonna do next? What I'm gonna do, go ahead, clean up the fender and the door and a little bit of the hood, kind of just around this area where we're gonna be vinyl wrapping, and get it all nice and clean. So when we start wrapping that wide body panel, we don't get a bunch of dirt and dust and grime underneath the vinyl wrap. I'll get that fender back onto the car with maybe a bolt on the front, bolt on the back, get it like 90% of the way wrapped, and then we can pull it off the car, go over to that table and finish it up. I think this panel right here is probably one of the harder panels to do on this car. The bumpers are a bit on the harder side, but I think the wide body panels, the wide body fenders are gonna be the hardest because there's so much curvature to them. Fenders on the car, the whole surrounding area is cleaned up. The next thing I'm gonna do is measure out this fender piece that we're gonna be wrapping and go over here, cut out the proper size of vinyl we need. And then right before I lay down the initial tack of the vinyl, I'll wipe the wide body panel down with the isopropyl alcohol. On this front fender, we definitely will be peeling off the clear protective layer over this vinyl wrap. So we're at 44 by 15. I'm adding like 5 to 6 extra inches. The last thing you want to do is start wrapping the panel and run out of wrap, like on an edge or something. It's very, very terrible. I've done it before. I totally forgot to show you guys one more important thing that you will need are these wrap magnets. So I have 4 of these magnets that when I'm wrapping a panel, I will attach the vinyl to the panel right next to it. Say I'm wrapping the fender, I'll tack the vinyl up to the door and the hood just so it doesn't move around at all while we're wrapping it. That'll be super, super nice to have. All right, well, I got the vinyl cut. What I'm gonna do is clean up the fender real quick and then we can grab the vinyl wrap, peel the clear protective layer off of it, and then get to wrapping this front fender. It's been a while since I wrapped a car, so I'm kind of rusty at it, but I'll show you guys as best as I can. So I'm grabbing a nice new lint-free towel and I'm gonna wipe down the fender with this isopropyl alcohol. Right after I wipe it down, we can start wrapping. Panel's cleaned. The first thing I'm gonna do is grab our vinyl wrap and peel the backing off of it and stick it on to the fender. Obviously, you don't want to touch the ground, so be careful when you do this. All right, as you can see, it's fully covered. Make sure you go around the edges, and if there's any exposed areas, obviously you want to adjust the vinyl in the proper location to where it's gonna cover the whole panel that we're wrapping. I honestly, I freaking forget. It's been so long since I wrapped that I'm kind of forgetting what I do now. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'll figure it out. It's pretty warm out. It's like 70 out. If it was any colder, if it was like 60, I would probably heat the vinyl up a little bit right now, but it's pretty warm. The first thing I'm gonna do is try and glass out this vinyl wrap. So I'm just gonna grab the front of it. I have the back of it tacked down with 2 of the magnets back there. Just grab the front, kind of get some tension on it, and pull it over that front fender. This is a very, very low tack, initial low tack vinyl wrap. So I'm just gonna go through, work my way around this panel, try to get all these wrinkles out that I can. That looks pretty good there. There's a few wrinkles up in here, but we need to start getting this thing tacked down. So what I'm gonna do, grab my heat gun and start heating it up, and we're gonna start at this body line here, and then we're gonna work our way out from there. It's just, this is such a low initial tack that when I'm trying to pull it in each direction, it's just shifting around on me. This is one of the first times I worked with cheetah wrap. I did one other panel just to test it out, make sure I'm gonna like it, and I did like it quite a bit as soon as you start heating it up. So let's get after it, guys. I'm very excited. There's literally like no orange peel in this vinyl, which is super nice. The 3M, which was the orange I had on this car before, there was quite a bit of orange peel, which was okay. It's vinyl wrap. I am very, very excited with this though. So I got my heat gun here, my squeegee, and I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna start at this line here, kind of work my way out. And if I see an area that needs heat, I'll apply heat, kind of get it stretched out. Like especially up in here, we're gonna need some heat. Pull the vinyl out to get these 4 wrinkles out of there. So now that we have a good amount of it tacked down, there is a ton of vinyl in here that we need to stretch out, and then obviously all this vinyl down here we're not gonna need. So I'm gonna start trimming up a lot of this excess vinyl down here. It's gonna make it easier to kind of work around. Something like that should be pretty good. So I'm gonna apply some heat up here, pull the vinyl this way. So the whole front half of it is already done. As you can see, if you glass it out first, it goes so much easier. So I'd highly recommend spending the time to get the vinyl wrap positioned right, glassed out properly. So now that the front half is done, it's all seated down. We can apply some heat back here, get it glassed out in the back and slap it down, and then we can rip the panel off the car and get it finished up. This panel is pretty much all finished up. I'm gonna unbolt it from the car, bring it over to the table, and we can get all these areas tucked in. We can get it tucked around the edges and move on to the next panel. So right now I just went around to cut off a bunch of excess vinyl that we don't need. So right now I'm just flipping the fender back around and I'm gonna polish up the top of it, and then we can get these edges tucked over the backside. This is where a wrap glove usually comes in handy. So I definitely am a bit rusty when it comes to vinyl wrapping, but that panel right there probably took me an hour and 15 minutes maybe, so quite a bit longer than I originally wanted. Panel number 1 is done. From here on out, I don't know how much like tutorial wise stuff I want to show you guys. I guess let me know in the comment section below. I am gonna get my GoPro. Bobby does have it, so I can do like some first person like POV kind of stuff. If you guys want to see that, just let me know in the comment section below. So I just got done going through and cleaning up this panel. Look at that little chunk that is missing right in the center right there, you guys see. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill that in with Bondo, let the Bondo dry and get it smoothed out. I do remember that when this car was orange, that always freaking bugged me. While that's drying, we can move on to some other panels. This panel here is going to be quite a bit different. I'm going to be layering this thing with a few different panels. From this line right here down will be a panel. The back side down to here is going to be a panel. This little vent looking thing is going to be a panel. And I'm going to do those 3 first, and then I'm going to do the one main panel, the main surface here, over those, and it'll overlap right on these edges. And at the end of it all, if you do it properly with the knifeless tape, you will not be able to see any of the seams anywhere. The reason I'm doing it this way is it's much easier to just get these inlays done first. If I had to do this whole panel in one piece, which it could be done, I would run it down here and then it'd be super stretched in down here, which is what I did with the orange. Get really bad rock chips in there because it's super, super thin. Get rock chips up in there because it'll be really thin, and super bad chips up in there. So that is why I'm doing it this way. Another really nice advantage is if I do end up getting some rock chips down in there eventually, I can just rip that lower section off and slap a new panel on there and be back on the road. So far, I have a total of 2 panels fully wrapped and good to go. Next thing I'm gonna work on is sanding down this Bondo right here and then getting this panel wrapped. I don't know if I'll get this thing wrapped tonight. It's getting pretty late already. I'm taking way longer than I should with this vinyl wrap job, but everything is turning out literally perfect. Well, boys, that is all I have time for today. It's already almost 8 o'clock. I still have to go inside, edit this video, and hit the gym. I have decided recently to make the gym like one of my top priorities in life. So I have to go get a gym session in. I did think I was gonna get a ton more done today. I was hoping like at least half the wide body panels, but I got like 2 wide body panels done today. Oh well, it is what it is. Everything's turning out good, so I can't complain there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're pumped for the color. Drop a comment down below what you think of the black we are doing on the FRS. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Peace out. I will see you guys in the next vlog.